Before I start with this presentation, I just want to say that this is my personal tool. I pay it with my own money. I did not receive any kind of compensation, financial or otherwise, from the producer, distributor or anybody else. Hello! Today I have a new video for you. I have a new tool in my shop. I bought myself bandsaw from Metabo BAS 261. Together we are going to unpack it and first test its characteristic. Let's start. This thing is heavy. You can see our tool fully assembled. Now we are going to unpack it. Manual, push stick, this is stupid. Alien wrench. So this is the tool. As you can see, it's very nicely packed. Let's see what else do we have here. Yeah. Oh, this is nice. This is massive. Let's put it on the workbench. And this is my copy case. Okay, let's open the upper box to see what is inside. About the box itself, it's very solid metal. To open the box, you just unscrew this knob. Okay, here we go. You can see the wheel made of aluminum, I think, or some cast metal. It's look very solid. On the upper part there is a knob for regulating the tension of this saw. And here you have a micro switch. You cannot operate the tool without door being closed properly. Here it is. And also you can notice some isolation on the door. It's a very solid build. For closing the door, just press the door firmly and tighten the knob. The door is closed. Let's see the lower one. So this is the lower box. You can open it the same way as the upper one. Here we have the same wheel, but we also have a driving shaft that is connected with the wheel with the belt. There is also a brush here to prevent dust from sticking on the belt, and also there is exhaust down there. And here is located the micro switch. Same principle goes for the lower box. You cannot operate the tool with the door open. This is the view of the working plate from below. As you can see, there are 4 knobs. We need to release them in order this channel to be free for the saw to get in to the center. This is the tricky part. We need to release this knob in order to put the work put it right here in this hole. But if we release it now, it will fall down inside this box. That's why we will be more careful with this. So just hold the screw with your finger. I'm going to hold it like this. Now we are going to adjust the angle. I would say that is dead on the marking. From this side it's look okay. We are continuing with the installation. We are putting back the rail. I'm going to put the rib fence just to see the accuracy of this scale. Maybe we will need to adjust it. I will leave it as it is. I want to show you how the position of the saw belt depends on the turning of this regulator at the back. Now I'm going to start the spinning the wheel with my hand, and with my right hand I will change the position of the knob. You can see how the belt is coming out of the wheel. You can see it here. Now I'm going back. Little bit more. And I think this is good setting because teeth of the belt is out of this edge on the wheel. Next, we are going to adjust these bearings that help the bandsaw to stay in place. At the back, we have a bearing. The producer Metabo is calling this bearing thrust bearing. And we have 2 guide bearings from left and right. For this bearing here, recommended distance between the back of the blade and the bearing is 0.5 millimeters, and for this 2 bearing left and right we have instruction only that the bearing should gently be touching the saw. In order to adjust this thrust bearing, first we need to release it. You can now see that it's going back and forth. We have our spy gauge. This is 0.5 millimeters thick. From this angle we will have a better view of the position of the bearing. This is the bearing, this is the saw, this is the distance of 0.5 from the saw to the bearing. And if we push it by hand, so in this saw belt in this moment does not touch the truss bearing at the back. If we push it a little bit, then it's on the bearing. For the adjustment of the left and right guide bearings, advice from the producer is that blade should gently touch the bearings left and right. There is no good angle for me to show you the right position. I will show you just the operation. First we unscrew we release the bearing. Then by hand I just adjust the position. Let's check it. Yes, it is gently touching left and right. In order to check the tension on the saw belt, recommendation from the producer is first to lift the guide up to the maximum position, and then when pressing by hand, the vibration must not exceed 3 to 5 millimeters. I think this is a good setup. So we finish with the upper bearing. Now we are going to adjust the lower bearings. The lower bearings are located under the working plate. As you can see, they are not quite easy accessible. Two bearings left and right we can access directly from the front. The third bearing, the truss bearing, that is the one behind, there is opening on the side, and we can access the wrench from here for the adjustment. First, left and right bearings. Now the truss bearing. I'm going to use the same gauge as for the upper bearings, 0.5. This one is. To be honest, I'm not going to use the spy gauge. I will adjust it by hand. I just want to show you the result of my adjustment. As you can see, saw blade is in the middle of the left and right bearing. On the back we have a truss bearing. As you can see, the blade is moving freely. It does not touch the truss bearing. When I press it with my hand, it starts to rotate. I finish with the installation and adjustment on my bandsaw. And before putting it for the first time in use, I want to do another quick checkup of all things that we've done so far. So, at the beginning we start with the adjustment of the saw belt. We adjust the position to be right in the middle of this rubber pad on the wheel. Second, we adjust the tension on the bandsaw. Then we adjust the position of the guiding bearings and the truss bearings on the back, and then we adjust the lower bearings, left and right, and the truss bearing. Now we are going to close the door and start the bandsaw for the first time. So we finished with all checkups. One last thing. I don't hear any friction noise, so I'm going to close the doors. And I'm going to connect it to the power. Okay, let's check first the light and the first round. Okay, that was the first run. As you can notice, everything works fine. Bearings are doing their job. The blade is in the middle. This is a very, to my surprise, very quiet machine. We will see how it handles with the wood. You can see and hear that there is a little wobble on this rail. I will try to reduce that by using one trick that I saw on YouTube. I hope that it will work. Okay, let's see the result. Much better. Okay, it's time for the first test. Just to avoid confusion, the first sound that you are going to hear, that is from my vacuum. So the sound from the bandsaw is this. Let's start. As you can see, cut is very nice. Thank you all for watching this video until the end. If you like it, there are more my videos on my channel. You are welcome to subscribe and share. See you in the next one. Bye.